Hey guys, this is Shiro, and have you got your wuxia novel fix yet? If not, let me present you with another Is it worth reading? And yeah, I pretty much already answered that question, because it definitely is worth reading. What am I talking about? Dragon-marked War God. Maybe that tells you something, maybe it doesn't, because there's an abundance of wuxia novels out there, so you might have never heard about it. So let me explain a little bit more in detail about what I like about it, what I think is relevant. It's not really a synopsis of any kind, and it's not representative at all. It's just my opinion, and I hope that may or may not convince you to read it. It's your decision after all. Now, what is Dragon-marked War God about? Well, it's about the greatest saint under the heavens being reborn into a, well, newer body. Being reborn as a 15-year-old, actually, with the same name that he had in the past. But putting that aside, it's just typical reincarnation, and I gotta get stronger to, well, pretty much crush everyone else and protect everyone I love. Which, yeah, that boils it down a lot, I know. That's pretty much almost every wuxia novel out there. Pretty helpful, Shiro. I know. But let me tell you a little bit more about it to convince you that it's worth the read. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'd rather give a lot of criticism, but I'll put that at the end of the video for those of you who already read it, and just to let you know that there are some flaws. It's not perfect by any means. But what are the good parts about it? The good parts are the supporting characters. Holy fuck, they're good. And they're way more focused on than in almost all wuxia novels I've read so far. And I've read way more than you've heard me talk about on this channel. Probably 10 times more by now, because that's pretty much all I do. Now, what makes them special? They're getting more focused. They also surpass the main character in cultivation sometimes, so that he has a little bit of rivalry and gotta catch up, and so they can support him more, which, yeah, well, plot, it's obviously gonna happen. And there's also Big Yellow. In case you don't know, Big Yellow is kind of the companion of the protagonist, Zheng Jian, however the fuck you pronounce his name. I don't know. At this point, I don't really care anymore. I've pronounced it wrong so many times. Well, Big Yellow is a dog, or well, a dragon horse that looks like a dog. Sounds weird, right? He's pretty pervy, and he's arrogant and narcissistic, and pretty much the funniest character in there. I've laughed so many times because of him. And you're gonna love Big Yellow. I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna love Big Yellow. He's gonna be one of your favorite characters ever after reading this. Now, one thing you should watch out for is the translations. They've been split between various translators so far. They're mostly good, but at one point when the translator started taking over, the beginning 10 chapters aren't that high up to standard. But he got better really fast, and it's not that bad, honestly. It's pretty damn good, and we should be grateful that it's being translated. But, you know, for those people out there who always want to be warned, I just warned you a little bit. Now, I'm gonna name some negatives, or something that could be better in my opinion, but is still quite enjoyable. You know, these standard wuxia novel villains, they're pretty much always underestimating the protagonist. Yeah, that happens all the time. I will just tell you how a typical confrontation that happens all the time goes. First, there's gonna be onlookers. There will pretty much never be any confrontation without any onlookers during the whole fight. They might just join in later, but they're gonna be onlookers. And they're gonna comment at least 3 to 5 comments, which could be almost half the chapter, after every move one of the fighters makes. Which, yeah, is not the best thing. Some people love it, but it's mostly just, oh my god, Zheng Jian can honestly never beat that guy. But hey, what do you think? Yeah, obviously he can't. That guy's way too high grade. He doesn't stand a chance. Transcending grades in strength is impossible. Nobody can do that. And then there's a third reasonable guy who says, hey, maybe he actually won't get killed and get away. But nobody ever thinks, he could defeat him. Well, unless it's his friends, of course. And then their first move gets exchanged. And oh my god, it's either a draw, or Jiang Chen isn't that much weaker, or the enemy gets flat out just killed. And everyone's reacting with utter shock and surprise. Even when news about Jiang Chen's strength and his growth speed have already spread through every part of the region, they're still surprised every single time. And these onlookers just won't shut up. The villains are just pretty one-dimensional, except for one guy that I gotta praise again. Yay, we already got something else that's good. Nanbai Chao. I probably pronounced that wrong too, but Nanbai Chao is pretty much the main villain in the beginning of the series. I won't explain what exactly he is, like what secrets he holds, because that would be major spoilers, but let's just say he comes back quite a lot, kind of like a cockroach, and he's the only one who can really challenge Jiang Chen. Well, unless Jiang Chen was born 15 years earlier, or reborn in this case, then he would just flat out die when Jiang Chen was 5 years old. But yeah, he had to catch up a little bit. But Nanbai Chao is really well written in a way. He pisses everyone off and everyone hopes that he dies. But, like, I'm talking about the readers right now. But well, he died. Great. He might come back. Or he might not. Who the fuck knows at this point? Yeah, but he's kind of like a cockroach. And he's not like your typical wuxia novel enemies. Yeah, that's not a good description, I know. Bad at describing this shit. But you should give it a try. That really took away everything I wanted to say after this, right? Yeah, I should have said this at the end. Perfect. Well done, Shiro. But anyway, let's talk about another thing that's slightly annoying, and that's my last criticism of it, actually. There's only 2 things I want to criticize. And this is that every single character in there is insufferably stupid. Honestly, even the protagonist. He was the greatest saint under the heavens, and you would think that for cultivation you wouldn't only need muscles, but a little bit of brains too. Yeah, Jiang Chen knows a lot of stuff, he has a lot of knowledge. But oh boy, is he fucking stupid. Yeah, he can think of a few methods that others can't, but he's just plain stupid. If cultivation was really kind of reliant on intelligence, every single person I ever met in my entire life would already be at the immortal realm before they were even born, just in comparison. Yeah, that's probably a little bit too much, but it just pissed me off a little bit that Jiang Chen is so stupid, and everyone else too. But hey, that's actually a minor criticism. Yeah, most people, yeah, they would realize it. Pretty much everyone realizes it. I'm pretty sure about that. That slightly arrogant criticism out of the way. Is there something else you should know about? Well, maybe about the world. The world in the beginning is the Saint Origin realm, which is kind of a closed off space, and the greatest saint under heaven, before he died, slashed open the road to the immortal realm and then died. So there's kind of, in the beginning, only this closed off world, but then it gets bigger and bigger. We all know that, it happens all the time, but it's done a little bit differently and interestingly. What? Yeah, of course it's interesting. I wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't. Yeah, you know, I should probably go back to reading and not explaining this, but give it a read. Sorry for wasting your time, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, whatever. Recommend me stuff because, yeah, I want to die while reading, so give me 5,000 years worth of reading and I might. Give me more stuff to read. Anyway, bye. See you next time.